I'm just so excited.
Like a bottle of pop shaken, not stirred.
Always ready for an adventure.
Even in the jungle, she wanted to look fab.
He planned to capture every single moment.
And Kevin, her partner, hummed a happy tune.
They were the Intrepid Six, off to the Amazon. Snakes.
Piranhas.
Getting lost. But the Intrepid Six were persuasive. They promised to be careful and stick with their guide. They dreamt of giant trees, colorful birds, and monkeys swinging from vine to vine.
I know all about anacondas and jaguars.
Aisha just hoped the bugs weren't too big. But adventure was adventure, big bugs or not. They were young, bold, and ready. With promises made and bags packed, they boarded a plane, then another, smaller plane, then a rickety, bumpy bus. Each jolt made them giggle more. The air grew warmer, thick and sweet, smelling of damp earth and unknown flowers. This was it, the edge of the great unknown. Their hearts beat like jungle drums. Thump, thump, thump. The real adventure was about to begin, and they couldn't wait a single second longer. 24. A long, narrow boat awaited them, painted bright blue.
Welcome to the Amazon.
The boat's engine sputtered to life. Slowly, they moved away from the small port. The water was brown like milky chocolate. Giant green trees lined the riverbanks. The sounds were astounding. Monkeys chattered high up in the canopy. Birds of every color flashed between the trees. Scarlet macaws screeched a greeting. It's more beautiful than I imagined. David clicked his camera. Click, click, whir. The air was alive with buzzing and chirping. Deeper and deeper they ventured. The river twisted and turned like a playful snake. Sometimes the trees met overhead. Sunlight dappled through the leaves, dancing on the water's surface. Maya trailed her fingers in the cool river. Jamal pointed at a sloth, moving ever so slowly. Ricardo told them stories of the river, of ancient spirits and hidden villages. The Intrepid Six listened, wide-eyed. This wasn't like reading a book at all. This was real. This was happening. The scent of wild orchids filled the air, sweet and heady, a jungle perfume. They felt 1,000,000 miles from home, and it was utterly, wonderfully thrilling. The Emerald Labyrinth had welcomed them. After a while, Ricardo moored the boat.
A little walk?
The Intrepid Six cheered. Yes, S4, yes. They scrambled out, eager to explore. The path was narrow, a mere ribbon of earth. Giant ferns brushed against their legs. The air under the trees was cool and damp. They walked for a bit, spotting tiny frogs and butterflies with wings like stained glass. David was lagging behind, filming a beetle. Suddenly, Kevin, who was at the front, stopped. He froze, stock still, like a statue. What's wrong? Kevin didn't speak. He just pointed. His finger trembled. There, coiled around a thick branch, it lay. Not a branch. It was a snake, a giant. Its skin was a pattern of greens and browns. It blended perfectly with the jungle leaves. Its head, as big as a rugby ball, slowly turned, 2 beady eyes fixed upon them, cold, unblinking, and terribly, terribly interested. Aisha let out a tiny squeak. Maya grabbed Jamal's arm, her knuckles white. David, still looking at his beetle, nearly walked into it. He looked up. His jaw dropped. Thud. The camera slipped from his fingers. No one moved. No one breathed. The snake was enormous. This was not in the glossy travel brochure. 24. Just when they thought they'd be snake snacks, a small boy appeared, as if by magic.
Big Snake. He's often sleepy after a big meal.
The boy's name was Mateo. He lived in a tiny village nearby. He knew the jungle like his own back garden.
Follow me. I know a quick way to the water.
The Intrepid Six looked at each other. What other choice did they have? Become snake dessert? I think not. They tiptoed after the little boy. Mateo led them on a winding, secret path. The giant snake seemed to be watching them, but it didn't move. Soon they heard the sound of splashing.
Almost there.
He pointed to a small, hidden lagoon. A fallen log lay conveniently by the water's edge. The log was heavy, but fear gave them strength. With a mighty heave-ho, it slid into the water. Splash! They all scrambled aboard, wobbling precariously. The snake, curious now, began to uncoil. Too late. They were already paddling away, using their hands like frantic oars. The snake watched them go, looking rather miffed, as if its dinner had just paddled off on a log. 1. S5. Media group, teens pushing a log, group effort in moving a log at stock at it distribute _ equally. Push! The logboat drifted slowly downstream. The lagoon opened into a wider river. They paddled and giggled, a mix of fear and relief. Mateo waved from the bank.
Thank you, Mateo.
The boy grinned and disappeared, back into the jungle he knew so well. Soon they spotted Ricardo in the blue boat. He was looking worried, scanning the trees.
There you are. I was about to send out a search party.
They clambered back into the proper boat, soaked, muddy, but incredibly alive. The story tumbled out, all higgledy-piggledy. Giant snakes, little boys, log escapes. Ricardo listened, his eyes growing wider. He knew of the giant anacondas, of course.
You are very lucky.
The journey back to the hotel was much quieter. They were tired, oh so very tired, but also buzzing with the thrill of it all. As they walked into the hotel lobby, a chorus of worried cries erupted. Their parents! They rushed forward. Hugs were given. Many, many hugs. Tears were shed. Tears of pure relief.
We were so worried. My poor baby.
Once everyone had calmed down a bit, and hot chocolate had been ordered all around, the tale of the great snake escape was told again, with even more dramatic gestures this time. The parents listened, half horrified, half amazed. Their children were adventurers after all, perhaps a little too adventurous for their liking. That night, tucked safely in their beds, the intrepid six dreamt of the jungle. But this time, the giant snake just waved politely.